be telling you everything about episode 3 and 4 of Squid Game Season 2. It's Squid Game Season 2, Episode 3 starts down at the dock. Hoo-seok, Jun-ho, and a bunch of other men load up to a familiar boat with a fisherman that Jun-ho knows. By the way, Jun-ho is the detective. And using Ji-hun's tracker, who is 456, and they put a tracker in him, and he went to the games. Follow him before it's too late. Ji-hun awakens back in the game again, ready to play once more. He's back with his familiar 456 jumpsuit, and a whole new group of players are here. There's a bunch of different individuals here, including many that are in a lot of debt, and a YouTuber known for scamming people called Myungji. Most of these people have varying degrees of debts, with some going all the way up to 10 billion won. The familiar rules are read out with people, and there's some infighting, especially between a guy called Young-sik and his mom, and a bunch of players who are unhappy with Myungji as they lost money following his advice. Among them are Namgyu and a purple-haired rapper called Thanos. All the players do eventually sign their contracts, but already you can see where the ripples of hostility here. This time, as the games begin, we already know what's going to happen. Ji-hun, 456, is the only one who's wise to what's happening, refusing to smile and grimly following everyone as they head up. Only, there is a problem. One of Ji-hun's old friends, Junbei, happens to be in the game. Let's hope this isn't a repeat of Sung-hoon incident last time. Anyway, Ji-hun demands Junbei to stay close to him and pay attention to everything if he wants to stay alive. Unfortunately, there's a problem. It turns out Ji-hun's tracker, 456, where he hid his tooth, has been removed, which sends Jun-ho and the goons off in a different direction and not to the same island this game is taking place on. As a result, Ji-hun tries to rally the troops to play properly this time, with 456 working as a cheerleader. He manages to keep everybody alive for a while. Those who move are instantly killed, and it sets off a chain reaction just like before. By the way, Red Green Knight is the first game. While with Ji-hun organizing traffic for those remaining, they mostly manage to keep things together, but No-yul, who is now working as a sniper, which is person that we have previously seen. By the way, also known as number 11, who is now working as a sniper, watches everything that's much closer. A lot of players end up killed though, and Thanos the rapper sabotaged several individuals. Ji-hun saves player 444 while he's down and out, bleeding. Number 11 breaks the rules and kills him while he's crossed the line. However, she's also spares an individual, which happens to be Na Yeon's father, the person with that number 11 has previously seen outside of the games. So yeah, he happens to be a part of the games too, and presumably looking to fund his daughter's medical bill. Either way, it's clear the stakes are much higher this time. Although Ji-hun, 456, helped the others survive, it is unclear exactly how long he can keep this tirade going. And unfortunately, help isn't on the other way either. 456 decides to orchestrate the vote and try to stop the games, but of course the manager and the other soldiers drop the amount of prize money first to sway the masses with the promise of blood money. Jeong-dae, the man 10 billion won in debt, is not happy with when 456 tries to rally the people to stop. However, it is not the adverse effect as they believe he can help with tips to get out of other games. Unfortunately, 456 Jihan is held up at gunpoint as the remaining players continue to vote. It goes right down to the wire with player 001 choosing to stay in the games, and guess who 001 is? Yup, it is the frontman, In-ho himself, playing the games in every bit of part, just like the old man was in Season 1. Episode 4 of Squid Game Season 2 begins grimly with the workers carting the coffins of the deceased over for the organ harvesting, and subsequently the incinerator. Meanwhile, all the players enjoy the food and drink given out except for 456. Jihan, he knows he's back in the games again properly and may not be so lucky this time. Well, 001 playing the mole, he approaches 456 and asks for his help. Jihan brings up the games played before, with the next obviously being Dalgona. Jihan promises to tell everybody what he knows if the game is picked, but of course In-ho is going to disrupt this, as he's the frontman. 456, Jihan, doesn't even realize that he's talking to the frontman, and the pair trade ideologies about the game's morality of pressing the X or the O to continue or stop the games. Alongside 456, there's Kandeo, who is used to be in the Marines. Funnily enough, so was Junbei too, and the pair have a little comedic moment together. Upping the stakes, Young Six's mom, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, has helped a number of women given birth in the past, and as she knows one of the women, Junhee, is actually pregnant. We saw her earlier in the show leave her meeting with the doctor after getting nowhere with her deadbeat partner. Meanwhile, Thanos and Namgyu continue to have Myungji grief after losing their fortune. In-ho breaks this up easily, dispatching both kids and rallying the people to his side. In the middle of the night, In-ho and Jihan, 456, talk. In-ho brings up his story around how his wife is sick. By the way, In-ho, if you guys don't remember, is the frontman. How his wife is sick and the tragic spiral that ensued him from there. In-ho claims the games are his last chance, and while he understands what the money represents, he's desperate for all at the same order to help his wife and their child. Whether this story has any semblance of truth, or if it's a way to sway Jihan's conviction, is up for debate. Meanwhile, the organ harvesters are struggling to get the parts from the dead body, a lot of them deemed as unsavable because for some reason they have been shot numerous times. It would appear the workers also have a loose cannon, as they suspect No Yul, aka number 11, she defected to North Korea, and there's hostility toward them from the other soldiers. That night, No Yul is brought to the masked officer, at least that's what the subtitles call him. By the way, the masked officer is now being introduced. We have not seen him in Season 1. He brings up how they've known each other for about 7 years, and he's unclear why she's defying him now. No Yul, number 11, obviously has her own agenda and keeps her cards close to her chest despite wanting to find her kid. She doesn't give anything up. Meanwhile, Junho returns to the SEAL station and futilely asks for help. Of course, they need evidence, so he gets nowhere and tries to find an alternate route to get help. Back in the games, Junhee speaks to Myungji, who happens to be the father of her child. By the way, Junhee is a pregnant woman, and Myungji is the father of her child. It seems everybody is more connected than we thought, and he's pretty shocked that she's going to keep her child. Their conversation is cut short, though, as the second game begins. This time, though, it's not Dalgana. Instead, the team is given this is a team game, and Jihan is joined in with Inho, Daeho, and Junbei. They need one more person and somehow find another ex-Marine and Junhee. Six-legged pentathlon is a game where their legs are tied up together. Each member takes turn playing. The minigame is the 10-meter mark. If you win, the team can move on to the next game. There are 10 mini-games in total. After choosing which one they'll play, the games start. For those who first are studied by others, trying to work out which games to take longer and the best strategies to take. In the midst of this, they noticed that one of the soldiers was actually actively shooting in one of the coffins. In the midst of this, after the first set of people die, the games look set to continue, and the different leaders rally up their respective teams as they best can. And, yeah, I guess that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I will also do a full review of Season 1, and once I manage to do all of the episodes, which I only actually need 3 more, surprisingly, I will combine all of them and make like a complete review. Thank you all for watching, and thanks for blowing up my last video of the first and second video. Have a great day.